Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Martin with The Contoured Chemist. You guys, it's a good week. Happy Thanksgiving, happy early holidays. It's Black Friday time. And I can honestly say, in my past 7 years of being an artist, we have never had a Black Friday sale so good from Seint ever. Like almost everything is gonna be on sale. So we're gonna do a little get ready with me, and I'm gonna go through every single thing that's on sale and what I think are the absolute must-haves as we get ready for the day. If you wanna check it out, please keep watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for being here. Okay, friends, let's get right on into it because there's a lot to share of all. The sale from Seint, Black Friday, 12 a.m., November 29th, which is Thursday at midnight. It goes live. And it goes all the way through past Cyber Monday to December 3rd, which is that Tuesday at midnight. Okay, so set your alarms, set your calendars, don't forget. I have a feeling there's gonna be things that sell out because everything is on, there's some things that are such a good deal. Have never been on sale before. I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised that so much is on sale, but I am here for it. So let's go through it. First up, hair care. So this is obviously one of the newer items within Seint. So all hair care is on sale, 10% off, except for anything with the hair gloss. The hair gloss and the hair gloss collections are not, but both brushes I really like. This is the detangle brush. I use this every day and out of the shower. And then I'm gonna use this clippy guy to keep my hair out of my face because I use that one at least once a day. There you go. If you've been wanting to try any of the fairly new products, now would be the time. The hair care is on sale, including the Cloud Cleansing Cream, which I used this morning in the shower. And yeah, so it's a little bit discounted. That is the minimum discount. So it goes from 10 all the way up to 50% off. We're gonna talk through as we go through it. Also, the Plush Prep Mist is 10% off as well, and the Feather Blotting Dust. So if you've been wanting to try that, now would be a good time. I'm gonna go ahead and prep my face using the Plush Prep Mist. And I feel like this is a really good way to prep your skin, especially if you're like me and you're feeling a little drier so far in the winter. I did already put on my sunscreen, so I'm just gonna use some on my already damp perfector because my eyes have been really dry. And then if you guys can't tell, I was sick all last week. I finally have stopped sneezing long enough and coughing and all of that. I've blown my nose about 100 times, so it is like peeling and red and irritated, and my eczema is flaring up all over my face. So I'm just going to use this in a few areas where I'm a little dry and kind of avoid those areas that are super irritated with this cold weather right now. Okay, so that's everything at 10% off. We're moving into 20% off already. You guys, it is so rare that our highlights and contours are on sale. Like, if you've been along for a while, you probably realize that. I mean, for years, they were never, ever once on sale. And then now they have been maybe a couple of times, but now is the time to get recolor matched. I feel like now it's gonna be a good time to either stock up on your personal favorites or get a color match that's gonna last you all year and get your highlight shades when you can go ahead and get them all discounted and get free shipping because you've hit that minimum. So I would say get color matched for your summer, your winter shades, people are really getting a lot lighter right now. And so if your skin is changing through the seasons, there's no reason not to get color matched for an entire year. I color match most of my people for an entire year. If they tell me that they're gonna get lighter or darker, I give them that option in their color match. So I will drop that link down in the pinned comment, as well as in the description box, as well as all the things I'm gonna use in today's video. If you open up that more button, it will show you everything I'm gonna use. So I'm not gonna go into depth on application today. I just wanna get ready and share with you guys what's on sale, what I think are must-haves from the sale. First of all, the color corrector. If you guys are like me and you have any issues on your face, literally you don't have an even skin tone, you have either depth under your eyes or dark spots, like you can straight up see like the difference in depth on just my chin alone, how it's lighter here, red here. These spots of eczema, like if I wasn't gonna use a color corrector on them, within a couple of hours, those are gonna show through because there's enough contrast in between those two. So if you've never used a color corrector, I'd be happy to color match you to one, and so you can experience the game changer of what a corrector can do. And I'm not talking about Demi, those shouldn't be layered. I'm talking about using highlight that will color correct for you so that you can in turn use less of your other shades and get more of a skin-like look. That's always my goal. And so I wanna make sure everyone can get the look that they're going for. I'm using Mango. People are always scared. They're saying this color cannot possibly be used on me. It's too dark. Guess what? Our shades are very pigmented. They don't look like they do in the 10. And if you're using the right amounts, I promise it won't make you look orange. It will just match your darkest tones and take away that depth, that redness, that blue, that purple, whatever the case may be. And so that your other highlight will lay over it with less texture and better longevity. That's what we want, right? With our makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and color correct my entire face practically because it's that time of the year. My face is angry. Okay, there you go. I don't look orange. I don't look like this color in the 10. I just have so much coverage already just with the color corrector. Now that's not my color, not exactly matching real well, just using that shade. So I will have to use a mane to kind of pull everything together, but I'm telling you, whew, that corrector can make so much of a difference. So next, I'm gonna skip the other highlights for now. I'm gonna skip to bronzers. All bronzers and even the bronzer collection is on sale, except for Xanadu, the newest one, which is a mixture of Bella and Glow Illuminator. But guess what? You can use Bella and Glow and get the same look. In fact, I mean, I love Xanadu, don't get me wrong, but I wish it was almost like, I almost have to have like two in my palette, because if you've ever used our bronzer brush and tried to dip it in 110, right? This is a big floofy brush. It fits two so much better. Like I wish they'd make it like a double the size. I think that would be genius. So instead you can just dip in Bella, dip in Glow, and mix the two together. I'm gonna go ahead and use this before my next highlight because I feel like I need some inner warmth, some glow, and I need to pull all this together because I'm feeling like my 7-year-old told me that I was looking pale. I'm like, oh, maybe it's because I've been sick, buddy. So I'm gonna fake it till I make it. And I'm just going to use this as like my inner glow anywhere bronzer would normally go. Warm this area up. love this combo. I would say Glow works with high tides, heat waves, Bella. If you are lighter, you can even use tan lines. There is no wrong mixture when it comes to it, in my opinion. There you go, inner glow. If I was doing like a no makeup day and I just wanted really light coverage, guess what? I just grab my corrector and a little Bella and Glow, and I could go out the door like this. I love it, super glowy, right up my alley. I mean, I might need to fill in my brows, put on some lip gloss, but besides that, I love it. So the Illuminators, all Illuminators are also 20% off. So creams and powders, yes. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and go in lightly with my main shade, just to kind of give me a little bit more coverage where I need it, using the blush end so I can get a quick application. Okay, switching back to the blend, which is what I use to correct. And I'm just gonna tap in and kind of use the detailed end to make sure I've got everything matching and everything is nice and covered. Now you can go ahead and press on that mane to increase your coverage anywhere. So I feel like I don't really even need much on all of those darker points. Just gonna use a little bit more around the eye to give me a little bit more coverage in those areas. Easy peasy. So far, I've used the blend and the blush bronzer for everything. These are definitely two of my must-haves. I use them every time I put on my makeup, no matter what. Moving on to contours. So I feel like this would be a really good time of year to either like try a new bronzer shade or try a new contour. I'm always getting asked like, what's an alternative contour? I always have 3 in my palette. So when I'm feeling very warm, so I just used bronzer everywhere. Okay, right? So like I've got like that inner glow going on. If I wanted a very bronzed look, I would go in with my warm contour. If I feel like it's gonna pull me a little too warm overall and that's just not the look I'm going for, then I would go in with my cool tone. And then I use indigo again, cause like I love it for liner. I use all of these to line my lips, but then indigo also is just one of my favorite fall tones as well. And to be honest, it just depends on my mood. So if you are about my depth, you use Astoria, Cedar, or Indigo, you could probably use any 3 of these as well. Cedar is the warmest, Astoria is the coolest. Indigo is the deepest, but it has almost that like warm red undertone. It is a very beautiful tone. I feel like it looks great in fall. So if you are lighter and you're in that ash, henna, olive range, I would say if you're wearing ash, unless you have extreme redness and you have to wear ash because everything pulls red on you, you could definitely go up 1 to henna or 2 to olive. Olive is going to be the warmest of those 3. 3 interchangeable, like just different undertone shades. Ash is the coolest, olive is the warmest. Stone is even warmer than that, but in my opinion is verging on looking like a bronzer. But contour is very personal preference. Unless it's just you're like wearing it and you're like, oh, it looks orange on me, then you could probably try other tones and see, so you can like switch it up on the daily. I'm always switching it up. I feel like this is a little warm for me, but sometimes I'll wear different colors on different parts of my face. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go Cedar for my contour on my cheeks. And say I put that on and I'm like, oh, maybe that was too warm. Guess what? You can just take a little bit of Astoria and kind of carve out that shadow right there and then just blend up. You can use multiple. You can definitely customize. The only detail brush I use, the detail is the only contour brush I use. To be honest, I will not even touch another brush to contour unless I'm trying to teach you guys how to use it in multiple ways, because that's how much I prefer this brush over any brush by far. Okay, and then we're gonna go into indigo, and I love indigo for my forehead because sometimes the other ones don't show as well, like they'll show very easily on my cheeks, but you know, different parts of our faces take color differently. My forehead is about the only place on my face that doesn't need color correction and doesn't pull warm naturally because I have rosacea through here. So there you go, easy peasy. I could also use it under the jawline. Then one of my favorite brushes for the nose would be the smudge brush. This is one of the best nose contour brushes. So I'm going into Astoria because Astoria is the coolest and you really want to keep your nose contour as cool as possible because our noses tend to pull red. And again, and you can also use the small end of the detail for that as well. But if you want more precision, smudge brush is where it's at. I haven't got to the 30% off yet, but you guys, all of the brushes are 30% off. Both collections, the gold and the rose gold, even the brush collection, 30% off. We're not done with 20% off yet though, but contours also on sale. Highlights, contours, illuminators, bronzers. We got one more, and I'm gonna use my brightener since I contoured the nose. I'm gonna use the other end. We're right down the middle. And I'm gonna pick back up the blend and brighten the sides and under the eye real quick. So whether you think your color match might be off, or maybe your shades might have changed because it's winter, maybe you just want to try a new brightener. Brightener is one of the things that I feel like some people can use multiple shades. Some can't, depending on how light you are. There's only so many options. But for me personally, I could use multiple. Like if I wanted very subtle, I could go June or Candlelit. I usually use Aura because I am a little bit more yellow undertoned, but I can use palettes as well. So if you're just wanting like an option for a different brightener, I wanted a huge pop, I could go down to linen. Like there are definitely options. So you can also ask for a new option in your color match request. Okay, now that we have fully highlighted and contoured, we can finally go into, of course, the perfector. Now, in my opinion, this is a non-negotiable must-have, and I'm not quite there yet, but it is 20% off. I would say this is a good stock-up item. Like, can you ever have enough perfectors? They don't go bad. You know, you're supposed to switch them out every 3 months. I say switch them out once they start cracking. It kind of just depends on how much you're utilizing it, but for me, I use it on my full face. I'll use it more so around my eyes and anywhere I'm prone to creasing, but it's the only way to remove excess, and it's the only way to get this makeup to look like skin. So must have. Okay, once I'm done perfecting, I usually go straight in and set it, but let's finish this 20% category. Guys, Could I be even more excited? Most of these are probably my individual ones. Let's see how empty this is. Oh gosh. Lip and cheeks. All lip and cheeks are 20% off except the brand new 8, the limited edition Ever Red, and then the 7 that were just released, which I think is very generous. So I'm gonna go ahead and use, let's see if I can find it, my current favorite. So these are the only 8 that I just showed you guys. Those are not included. But let me tell you, there's plenty of other options. Here's just my normal favorites. Oh wait, and I have another, like, I just need a whole palette for my lip and cheeks, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and use Fig because I'm obsessed with her. I don't know how much longer she's gonna be available. I hope she's still on the website. I probably should have checked, but I feel like she's the perfect color for this season. Very berry, semi-gloss, obsessed. Like, I can't, is anyone else like super obsessed with berry tones this season? Or is it just me? Like, that's all I want to wear. It reminds me of like the undertone of Ever Red, just Ever Red is a gloss and this is a semi-gloss. So if you grab that one, this one has more pigment, less sticky, if that's a concern for you. But much like everything, I'm gonna top it because I can't help it. So I have so many favorites, guys. Let's see. Let me just show you the ones I keep like in my everyday palette. Okay, so we got Love Spell, Ruby, Fig, Tropicana, La Cienega. These are Illuminators. We'll get there. Summer Love, ooh, Royal, Renaissance, Desert Sunset, Tiger Lily. This is one of the newest ones. Oh gosh, which one? Disco Inferno, that's the glossy orange. And then Pink Slip for the pink. Madrid, Ibiza, and Sunshine State. We can't forget her. If you've not tried Sunshine State, first of all, what have you been waiting for? You can get her on sale. I dare you to try it and not love this, unless you just hate shimmer, or you hate glow, or you hate gloss, but I love all those things. So I put her on everything. Like, my wish from Seint, if you're watching this, is to make a series of Sunshine State inspired colors, all with different undertones with this shimmer in them. Like, can we vote and like all like write in and tell Seint like more glosses, different undertone gloss, like more like semi-gloss with that in there? I would die. Like an entire, I don't even care if it's limited edition. Just let me buy it all, please. So that was Sunshine State. Do you see the intense glow on my cheeks? That's what I want on a daily. If you don't like that, you can skip her, but I highly recommend grabbing your favorites. They're all so good. You know, I like to mix and match. We'll go back and do some more for the lips. We're almost done with the 20%. All the starter collections are 20% off as well, but I highly recommend getting a custom match. It's just more fun to pick your own shades and to get the absolute best shades instead of just settling for ones that might be okay, but in my opinion, why be okay when you can have the perfect shades for you, right? So submit your color match. I'll get you hooked up. And then skincare is 20% off. Everything but the refresh wipes. So can you guys guess what I would recommend? My holy grail, the cream. If you've never tried it, it's on sale. I'm obsessed with this, still a holy grail. 7 years later. Guys, we have so much on sale. I'm trying to get through it all. Okay, oh my gosh, we still have more 20% off, but this is all miscellaneous stuff. So let's go over some of my must-haves. Brush cleaners on sale. This is the one that dries instantaneously. Let's just wash a brush real quick because I probably need to anyway. This one's awfully dirty. Look at that. Oh, suddenly it's clean. And it will dry instantly, so you don't have to wait for things to dry. I'm notoriously lazy, I'll be honest. I will wash my brushes with these every couple weeks. Probably should do it more often. And then I'll show you what I use for deep cleans. We're not to that percentage yet. It's even more on sale. Okay, then the Crystal Palace Square collection. You guys remember this one? I mean, it's worth it just for the compact, in my opinion, and the brush cleaning tile that's in it. But if you like glitters at all, this entire collection is gonna be 20% off. So this is the one that has, oh my gosh, what was it? Cher, Bowie, and names. Stevie. Cher, Bowie, and Stevie, those beautiful glitters, and the half brush cleaning towel. So that entire collection. Finally, we're to the powder. So now I can, oh, vanilla dust. If you guys have seen my videos, you know I always use vanilla dust under my eyes, and I always use the powder brush. Why? Because I can control the amount, and I never look at my face at the end of the day or midway through the day and have any creasing, because I've set my under eyes, which have a lot of creases, and I know they're locked and loaded because I use the exact amount I needed. So I highly recommend that, especially if you're like anti-powder. Not all powders are created equally. They're definitely formulated in different ways. I could do a whole video on just powders alone. Our vanilla dust is not necessarily what I would say the most oil absorbing powder. It is more like a more finely milled powder. It's better for around the eyes, knocking down a little bit of shine, but just know that in a few hours that glow is gonna come back. It can prevent creasing, but for oily girls, it's gonna be more of like a touch-up powder midway through the day. I don't believe it's enough for oily skin to get through the day. You would need a loose powder for that. But the powder brush is my go-to because it presses that on and it can pick up the perfect amount. And that's exactly how I like it. Glowy everywhere except for blurred underneath my eyes. And it has just enough of that blurring power. Now, the feather blotting dust is very different. It's gonna give almost like a glow to your skin. So I feel like it's better for not under the eyes if you have mature skin, but like say you feel a little sticky or tacky, you could use it across your face. It's gonna take away that tack and it's gonna kind of leave that luminosity to your skin. Use it with a loose bristled brush though, not this brush in my opinion. Finally, I need this. My lips are starting to shrivel up. The birthday lip oil. So, if you never tried this, this is the like clear, slightly iridescent. It's got some glow to it, but the birthday one is on sale. The ones that are not are the brand new tinted version. You're getting a bunch. You can still get these for free shipping, right? If you wanted to grab one. Love. This one's by far my favorite scent. It's called Birthday because it's like birthday cake. It smells so good. I like to use this under my lips for like hydration before I go with my lip color, to be honest. For my oily girls, the shine paper. I feel like the shine paper does not get much love except for maybe in the summer when we're super oily, but you guys, this has saved me I don't know how many times. If I don't have the perfector, I can use this under my eyes and I don't get creasing. It is amazing. So this is the case and it's got, they're just oil absorbing blotting sheets, but like, I'm not even oily. Let's see what happens. It is like magical the way it can like take off excess. Can you see that? It will take off excess. So if you are heavy handed and feeling tacky and maybe having to use too much product. First of all, you probably need a new color mesh, but these are my colors and I still feel like I can get off a little bit of excess after using the Perfector all over. These are a game changer. I keep them in my car because midway through the day, there is such thing as too glowy in my opinion, and these save my life so many times when I don't have powder handy. I'd rather use this and take off a little excess glow than pile powder on top of it if I can have that option. This is really good. For my girls that love like the up brow, the brow wax is also on sale. The diamonds are forever. I'll show you guys this. We'll use this today. This beautiful glittery lipstick. I like to use this as a topper, so we'll keep that out for when we do our lips, as well as Black Friday eyeliner. I'm gonna show you guys that as well. More or less everything for the 20%. Now for 30%, the brushes. I'm always asked like, what are my must-have brushes? And I'd say the brushes I can't do my face without would definitely be the blush bronzer, Ride or Die, contour, the detail for sure. I really love the blend brush. If you like a very natural look or you're using a corrector, this end is a game changer. I just went over the powder brush. You can use this other side for blush. I'll be honest, I don't even use it, but I can't go anywhere without this brush simply for the powder side. To be honest, I always use two blush and bronzers because I use one for highlight and one for blush. And Demi brushes, my favorite for using it for 3D for the face would be the Shape. I love this end of the Shape. It's so good for highlight. A lot of the Demi brushes can also be used for eyeshadow. As you can tell, I use a lot of these. That's the Blur. But I'd say if you're wanting to try Demi, you most definitely recommend the Spot and the Bright brush for Demi application. You're gonna need that precision. Eye brushes. So I already went over the smudge brush for nose contouring. You'll see me I'm gonna show you guys how I use this for outer corner blending. Oh, it's a game changer. I always have two multitaskers. One is for lips and one is for eyes. Sometimes I use this side for my face as well, but liner, lip liner, blemish coverage, I have to have these. I think it's one of the most underrated brushes we have. I also use multiple eyeshadow brushes when I'm doing my eyes because again, I'm lazy, but if you have the brush cleaner, one will work. And then I always use the line brush for my brows, sometimes eyeliner, but I'm really obsessed with this tiny end of the new Edge brush for liner as well. So that would be all of them. I would say if you are brand new to eyeshadow, get you an eyeshadow brush. You can do an entire eye look with just this brush. So like you have to have this, have to. No other brushes, in my opinion, if you have texture or mature eyelids that move, none of the other brushes can you do your hood crease area with. Besides, we have one blending brush and that's this. So this is my game changer brush. I swear every time I use a brush from another company, I'm like, it's not as good as Seint's. And like, I hate my eye makeup and I go back to this one. It's so good. 30% off rose gold and gold brushes, including the collection. Now, it's also 30% off all palettes except for the brand new designs. So there's 4 brand new designs. Those aren't included, but all the other ones are, including the giant kahunas. So if you have trouble like storing all of your collection, get you a triple pro palette. It's what I have all of my shades in. Can't live without it. Or it would make a really good gift. I feel like these are ones that people don't buy themselves, but like if they have a vanity where they can like have some pretty palettes open, my favorite palettes to travel with are actually They used to be called the Isle. Now I just see them. They're just $49 and $20. They are the only hard case palettes we have, and they hold a lot of colors. This would hold 49 eyeshadows. This one holds 20. I feel like this is such a good compact for an eyeshadow lover to build a collection in, and this would be more of like a full face, sit it out on the vanity. Why I love these is because they have a giant mirror and they stand up. So you can do your entire face and then just close it and be done. You don't have to have a separate mirror. You don't have to have all these compacts. You can fit so much. I mean, I probably just need to put my lip and cheek collection at this point, but both of these I feel like would be really great gifts, and they are a little bit pricier because they're hard case. So I feel like 30% off, it's a good time to buy them. Another thing that would be a good time to try, if you've been dying to try, is Demi. Demi is 30% off as well, all the Demi correctors. So they have removed the limited edition shades and now it's just the permanent ones left. If you need a Demi match, I can do both 3D and Demi matches together or send you a separate Demi that's a little bit more detailed. And I'll kind of tell you where to get started. I feel like the best place to get started is like one area. So that be blemishes, I feel like is where Demi has the most magic, or under eyes, things like that. Because now it's not really a full face product. It's only for certain areas, and you just kind of skip those areas with 3D and use Demi on them. And it can be such a game changer because no texture. Blemishes especially, you guys know, you cover up a blemish and it gets like cakey immediately, looks crusty and dry, right? Demi is magical on those. So if you want to try it, I can color match you for those. Other must-haves that I use every single day, the rounds. So these are great for just micellar water in the morning, wash it with my normal laundry. I don't even do anything special. These are gonna be 30% off. The microfiber cloths, I'll be honest, this is a good time to stock up because I don't know about you, but I wash my face every night with a fresh one. You should if you're not. And I like the gray because they don't get dingy. And I just stocked up on more gray. 30% off of the microfiber cloths. I like the gray, obviously. I wear makeup and I self-tan, so everything turns funky colors. Also, the brush cleaning soap and the refill. This comes with like the little doodad that you can wash your brushes. This is what I consider a deep clean. It smells good. Tea tree oil. This would be like your once a month clean, you lay out to dry. If you tend to break out without clean brushes and you use this too much, it can almost cover your bristles with like a greasy residue. I don't want to say greasy, but it can build up over time because it does have a conditioner in it in order to keep your bristles nice and strong and healthy, and so that your brushes will like last forever. So this is my solution to making sure every once in a while I give a nice deep clean to my brushes. It sanitizes at the same time, and then they're good to go the next day. And then one thing I never show you guys, which I'm always asked to see the insides. This is all the travel bags, okay? So there's a travel case, makeup bag, and a brush holder. So this is what it looks like. It's got a zipper inside. It's a really good size. I just pulled this out of my bag because this is what I throw my junk in and go. If you like a brush roll, this would be a really good gift idea for any Seint lover as well. It just opens up and has two flaps, okay? So it's made for our double-ended brushes. What you do is you put the bigger ones on the outside, like so, and that way when you stick your little ones in there and close this up, they don't fall out. And then you just wrap it up. And to be honest, you can just throw your compact inside as well on top and then roll it up. That's how I travel when I'm just going away for the weekend. It makes it super simple. You travel a lot, or you make longer trips and you're like, man, you can't live without all of your shades. This one's good. This one comes with like a brush holder on top, then flips open so you can stick them in this pouch. And then you put this down like this to hold them in place, and then it has so much room. I can fit a lot of palettes. In fact, you can fit the big Kahuna palettes in here. So they're nice and big. I'd say the only one that doesn't fit well is the square. If you have the square Demi, it can fit as long as you don't have it down flat all the way. You'd almost have to put some stuff under it. Does that make sense? But otherwise, it fits all of the compact sizes really well because it's like rectangular. So all of these also would make a really great gift idea if you're buying for other people, and they're all 30%. Real quick before we get to my favorite part of this sale. Sorry, I do have favorites. 50% off, guys. I guess they skipped 40. They went straight from 30 to 50, but I'll take it. Perfumes, all the perfumes, which I believe they're talking about the spray ones. Maybe I should go read that again. Maybe it's the cream ones. I'll look, I'll put it here. Apparel, all apparel is half off, so if you like some swag. And brush cleaning tiles. This one and the little half guy, which I now like keep in all of my compacts, because guess what? You can use the half one, and it's the perfect size, but it lets you put one more extra eyeshadow in your palette layer. So I'm all game for the little guy, because guess what? Now I can have my eyeliner in there as well, which we're gonna have to use that. Now we're gonna get to my favorite spot, my favorite part. We're gonna end on eyeshadow. Can you guess? Now quickly, let me tell you what's not on sale in case you didn't hear something. Setting sprays. So there's the new Fixate, the regular setting spray. No setting sprays are on sale, and that includes the prep and set that has it in there. So no Fixate. Obviously the advent calendar is not on sale, it's brand new. And the lip oils, like I said, are brand new. And then the holiday blanket, that 100% of the proceeds go to foster care. That one is not on sale either. Okay, my favorite. Drum roll, please. Can you guys guess? What is 50% off? Oh, that was a bad layer. Bad layer to show you. Half of my eyeshadows are in my little palettes. Eyeshadows, are you kidding me? Eyeshadows are half off. I saw that and I almost screamed. I was so excited. You guys know I love a good eyeshadow. So I feel like I could have done an entire video on eyeshadows, but I didn't. So let's do eyeshadows now, please. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna use the line brush and my trusty Trust eyeshadow to help these brows, because they're looking real sparse. Okay, I'm gonna finish up my face real quick because I didn't put any illuminator on. Let's be honest, I probably don't need it with Sunshine State, but my fave would be Nova at the time. Granted, it's probably because it's the newest and it's so pretty and natural on my skin tone. So we're just gonna pop that right there. Let's talk eyeshadows. I feel like at 50% off, if you don't already have a staple collection, now's your time to build it. In my opinion, you gotta have those staple shades, those mid-tone mattes, and then you can have fun with shimmers. So make sure you have maybe a good 2, 3, 4 different mid-tone mattes, I'd say, of different undertones that you can use to carve out your crease. Because those are the ones you're gonna use in every single eye look. And then you can have fun with shimmers, but if you don't have those staple shades, you're gonna get really bored wearing the same crease color with every look. In my opinion, I get bored. So my go-tos, I always have Chai, Bubba, Sedona. and right now is Mama. These are my 4 mid-tone kind of mattes that I can mix and match, and let's be honest, I mix them even. And these are kind of like my staple shades. And I have my highlight shade, which is Drift. I've got a few fun shimmers. I've got Crush, Tawanda, Peppa, and Bright Eyes. And then I have my brow color and then liner colors, Outer Corners. So I've got Cocoa, Revival, Coal, and then one fun dark shimmer, which is Fin. These are kind of like my daily staples. So I know I'm always asked, like, what's in your daily compact? I'd be happy wearing those shades for a very long time. And then here's some more fun ones. This is still in my compact from the last time I traveled. This was based on what I was wearing to the event I was going to, and some fun colors. Like, I feel like that would work really well for this upcoming holiday season. I've got a glitter in here. I've got some fun golds, because when do golds not work for holidays? So I got Blondie, Riviera, Stardust, Foxy, Soulmate is a great pop. Butternut, I always call it butternut. Butterscotch, Havana, and then cranberry, but then we get some fun greens for the holidays. Ivy League, number 33. Staple colors, Basic and Oak. Those are the cooler staple versions, and I've got the warmer ones in my palette since that is what works on my skin tone. And then I've got Pomegranate and Ken. Again, these would probably be some of my second favorites. Too many favorites, I know. So if you're just starting, I'd say grab something neutral or cool. Like, let's just go ahead and start with Basic. Basic is like the most basic, literally is about the most basic eyeshadow. And then I'd say you can have something a little bit warmer, like Bird, a little bit warmer than that, than like Bubba. Or if you need something darker, that's when you go into Oak or Sedona. If you have all of those in your collection, you will be able to kind of pick and choose whether you're going cool or warm in your crease on the daily. I'm gonna go ahead and just carve out my crease with Basic, and then I'll show you how I warm it up. Okay, now I have my crease carved out. I've got some shape to my eyes. It's kind of like just contouring out my eyes. And then I'm gonna run a little bit underneath the lash line again to define the eye without a harsh liner. It already makes my eyes look bigger. So that was just Basic. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Claire, which, yes, pink is slightly warm. But pink can also pull cool or warm. I feel like it's a great neutral, and I don't know why people are scared of pink. I'm gonna pop a little bit of pink right above, because I have a lot of lid space. And so right above where my crease is, this will kind of open my eye and add kind of a little bit of a pop. So if you have enough room, I highly recommend grabbing a shade like Bubba, Claire, Havana, Butterscotch, anything that's a little bit warmer, I feel like looks really good. It almost looks like you're using, like, you can do the same thing with your bronzer. A lot of people just will pop a bronzer on the eye in the same spot, and it just opens your eyes and kind of like also lets that color fade, right? And I'll add a little bit underneath, because again, I have warm undertones. I need a little bit of warmth in my eye look. Okay, let's go ahead and brighten, because this one's easy for me. I tend to always pick a nice neutral. This one works with literally everything in my palette. So find one that looks good on your skin tone, and you don't need 100 options for this. You just need one that will go with everything. Sabrina, Drift, if you're cooler, Unicorn, Soulmate, or you can go into the golds, like Riviera is really pretty as well. So many fun options, but I don't feel like you need a lot of options. You can even use your powder illuminators. So these would definitely double for multiple purposes. Those brighten really well. Okay, so far I've only used the eyeshadow brush. I'm telling you guys, you don't need a whole lot of brushes to start with eyeshadow. Let's go ahead and go into, let's see, this is Bend and Snap, one of my very favorites. I'm just going to pop that right on the lid. Okay, it's cool tone, purple, shimmer, number 3. So I got a mid-tone matte. I got 2 mid-tone mattes. Got cool and then warm. Picked a cool on the lid. This is how I kind of balance it out with a fun outer corner because I feel like this color would look so pretty for the holidays. We're gonna go with pomegranate, and now I'm gonna pick up the smudge brush and the dome end, and I'm just gonna kind of tap in, tap off excess. I'm just gonna tap that on the outer corner, kind of into the crease and back in that little triangle. And you can build up as little or as much as you want. I just am going for a little depth in the outer corner. And then you can use your brush cleaning towel and your compact, get off excess, and then kind of flip that around and then blend. Doesn't look super red. It looks so pretty with these tones. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and grab the multitasker. I'm gonna pull just a little bit of that color on the outer corner. Then you can pick up either the multitasker or the line brush or the etch brush actually. And I'm gonna use, let's try the etch. I'm gonna use the flat end and Black Friday eyeliner, which I'm gonna stamp into it because you kind of have to like get past that top layer. And then I'm gonna kind of just stamp it along my upper lash line. Okay, then I'm gonna set that in place. So our Black Friday eyeliner is a cream eyeliner, but it is not budge proof. It very much like smudges out. But I like to be able to work with it, smudge it, and then I like to set it so it doesn't transfer onto my lids because I have very oily, mature eyelids. So I'm gonna use Kohl eyeshadow, and I'm just going to kind of press it right along that line, and it's gonna set that so it stays all day and it doesn't move, transfer, and it kind of also softens that line a little bit. Okay, so I like to use Kohl. It's a little bit where it gives a lot of depth, but it's not as harsh as black. So if you like jet black, try Salem for that. If you want a more natural look, I also go into Cocoa a lot. Or my favorite probably of all time is Revival because it gives that kind of plum, that really deep plum look. But I use it too much. So I was trying to, like, Kohl's my staple. It gives such depth, but it's a little softer. Okay, I added a little lower lash mascara. Done with the eyes. Let's go ahead and finish up the lips. I'm gonna grab my other multitasker brush. This is why I like 2. I don't have to clean it off. And then I'm gonna go into Suede, which I believe was 20% off. This is our liner. Add some definition. It's very neutral, so I feel like it does go with everything. But if you're doing a dark lip, you can go in with like indigo contour. This is kind of like my mid-tone go-to. Let's see, what should we do for lips? I'm just gonna grab a couple of unexpected combos. Let's dip into Love Spell and La Cienega and see what happens. Sometimes when I just mix unexpectedly, I get my favorite looks. Okay, we're just gonna top it with Diamonds Are Forever, which will give a cool shimmer. Ooh. Lots of shimmer with that look. Okay, friends, there you go. There's our finished look and everything that's on sale. I warned you guys, it was a lot. A lot. I warned you that I've never seen a sale so big. So don't forget, midnight on Thursday night, it all goes live. Now's your time to stock up for the next year. You never know when another sale is gonna happen when it comes to Seint World. If you guys ever need help deciding between some things, I can always give you my suggestions and recommendations. Just send me a DM or send me an email. It's sarah@thecontouredchemist.com. I'd be happy to color match you if you're needing help. If you want to know what colors you'll need throughout the year, you can even send me pictures from summer, winter, now, whatever the case may be. And I can tell you like how you're gonna be able to adjust your shades you're gonna need for all of those seasons. I'm also doing full eyeshadow matches. So if you don't know where to start with all of these eyeshadow options that are half off, I will also put that in the pinned comment as well as down in the drop box below the video, because I know it's very overwhelming. I think that was enough information. If you need any help, don't hesitate. Drop in the comments what you're snagging on Black Friday. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Love you. See you next week.